Hey out there, Slot Car Land. How's everybody doing this fine weekend? Hope everybody's doing well here in this coming up on the last weekend of September, believe it or not. We're almost to October. Hope you guys are getting some racing in. I've been seeing people making announcements and everything about their upcoming slot car schedules and everything. Just to let you guys know, the racers, Central Washington Slot Car Racers, are meeting tonight here at my place to discuss the 2021 Central Washington Championship Series schedule. So it probably will be either posted late tonight or tomorrow. It'll be up on definitely will be up on Slot Car Crazy on Facebook tonight. Probably it'll also be posted in the comments community section here on the YouTube channel. It might take a day or so, but it will be posted up on slotcarcrazy.com as well. And then I'm also going to share it to a bunch of the groups on Facebook, particularly the Northwest groups, to let them know our schedule and everything in case they can all make it and all that good kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. We're meeting tonight. I've got a tentative schedule made. We're going to vote on that, and then we're also going to select what racetracks we're going to be at. Hopefully there'll be 5, and then we'll just go from there. So be on the lookout for that. So today we are going to be assembling the Mondo Grip T-Jet Dash, or Dash, T-Dash chassis from Dash. We're going to be putting it together today, getting it all tuned and all of that good stuff to make sure it works right and all that kind of stuff, and to get all of that done. And then in the next episode, we're going to do a review of this chassis and see how well it handles on the racetrack. We'll put a body on it and all that good kind of stuff. So let's get started on this assembly. We're going to be assembling it. We're going to make sure all the shoes are adjusted right. We're going to make sure that we'll be taking a look at the downforce of the car and all of that stuff. We'll compare that to, like, say, one of my freight cars that's got that's got dash magnets in it with the arm. So we'll be doing that and doing a whole bunch of other assemblies, making sure the chassis is flat and all that good kind of stuff. So let's get the camera down here, see a little better, and all of that good kind of stuff. So we've got our meters and everything out as well, and we're using our VidCon assembly station here. I'll put links for everything that we use here in the description as well. I've got stuff from Scale Electric here, from Scale Engineering, that we're using their axles and wheel putter runner and their guide pin depth guide and all that good kind of stuff. So I'll put links for everything that we're using here in the description. I'll also put a link to Dash as well, so you can go look up the chassis and all that good kind of stuff. So let's focus on putting on wheels first. I've got the proper anvil here for both the front and the rear. Now these don't have a very deep hub on them, so it just kind of sits right there on top. This is the closest that we could get to the right size for this wheel. So you can see these are not the standard Dash hubs that they put on their other car. These are chrome. This is what the their standard chassis hubs look like. This is a standard Dash chassis. Probably going to have to get another one of those too, just to see how well it works. So hopefully that looks like it's on pretty straight. So let's put that one on. Okay. And then we'll get the other back one on. This part, if you're assembling new chassis, this is probably the most important apart, and you want to do this really slow and make sure you've got everything lined up, because you don't want a hub that's not fully on properly. Okay, so those look pretty good. Because these tires anyways are kind of flush anyways, so we'll just use that. And then these are the rears. They seem like pretty good tires. These are kind of low profile tires. So not too bad. Alright, so now that we got that taken care of, we'll see about trying to get those other ones on later. Let's put on our pickup shoes. Alright, there we go. And you can see these probably are going to need some adjusting. They are really... Well, maybe not. We'll have to see what it does on the leveling block. Alright, so chassis seems fairly flat, and the shoes seem to be fairly well adjusted. So let's going to take and dab a tad bit of super glue and super glue the guide pin in. Not a lot, just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a hot minute. So this car came with several sets of front tires for some odd reason. I don't know if that's the way they come or if that's just the way that Joseph had his. Alright, so now I think the guide pin is dried enough to do some work here. And it looks like the shoes, well, maybe they're on there. Let's see if this thing runs. Okay, just I don't think it's got any. Let's get this a little bit of oil here. Guide pin does not want to stay on. For some reason this super glue does not want to stick to this chassis for some reason. Okay, so well, at least we know it runs. Okay, so at least we know it works. Let's check our shoe tensions here. So we got 41. Come on. There we go. So 4.1 on that side. 4.6 on that side. 4.3. 4.8. Kind of all over the joint here. It's a 4.4, 4.6, so it's close. So we'll have to play around with that. That seems to be fairly reasonable. Let's get the track out here. We'll get this on the track. We'll take a look at the shoes. They seem to be fairly well adjusted right off the bat. Seem to be riding all the way down the rail. I don't know if you guys can see that there on that side. And then that side. So it seems to be right there. So that seems to be fairly decent. So let's take a look at kind of downforce this car makes. And at about a 6.5. You got to remember this has traction magnets on the bottom of it, so it's also taking into account those traction magnets, because this is your standard freight car with dash magnets. About not, a little more downforce than the stock car with the stock. It'd be interesting to see what these magnets do without the traction magnets. So that might be something we might look into down the road, just to see. So 6.5 looks like that's pretty constant every time we put it down. It goes right there to 6.5. Compared to your 5.4 and 5.2 with just the regular dash magnets in it. So okay, so we'll just let that dry for some more. So that's the assembly process for the Mondo T-Dash chassis. So I seem to be fairly confident that we've got this fairly well adjusted. We might do some more tweaks in the review video that we do. We may do some tweaks after we get it on the racetrack and run a few laps and see how it reacts. We might run do a few tweaks here and there. The pickup shoe tension on this seems to be kind of high. I mean, you barely move the block back and it wants to lift the front end. So, but we'll have to take a look at that, and we'll do a couple other things. So that's today's video. Hope that kind of helps you guys out. We got the T-Dash, the Mondo Grip T-Dash chassis assembled. We'll let that pin dry a little more, and in the review we will put it on the dyno, and we'll see what it turns on the dyno, and then we will we'll get a body on it, and we'll take it to the racetrack, and we'll see what it does on the racetrack. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next week will be a bi-weekly feature car, and then the week after that we will be doing the review of this chassis, and then we'll see what it does right out of the package, and we'll see if it does any improvement or anything. We'll put it on the dyno, we'll let it run for a little while, let it break in a little bit, and then we'll go from there and everything. Don't forget to check the schedule out. The first race date is next weekend, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a final start date for the series. We'll have to see. But I will let you guys know next week when the bi-weekly, because I'll probably shoot it on Saturday. We'll be racing on Sunday, so I'll let you guys know then and all of that good stuff. So don't forget to go visit slotcarcrazy.com. Jim does a great work there. The schedule will be posted there eventually as well, along with all the results from each race weekend. Hope for some of you guys that are in the Northwest can make a few of our races this year, and we could just have a great old time and have fun. So hope you guys have a great week, and remember, keep that pin in the slot, them wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars, and I will see you guys next week. I'm out. Bye.